Well, hello all my friends. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my mid-year review of my 2021 makes. Come check it out. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in today. I am T of Crumpets Tea and Sewing. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I also go by that handle over on Instagram. You can find links to my Instagram, blog, and Facebook account in the description box below. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my mid-year review of my 2021 sewing makes. So about this time in the year, every year, I'd like to just go over some of the things that I have sewn and kind of get an idea of what I have been sewing, what patterns I have been using, if I enjoy those patterns, what fabrics I have been using, and what I need to do. It's just a gauge for me to be able to see what I have been doing and if I need to cut back on spending or any of that stuff. So basically, I thought that I would share that with you this year. I would share that process with you this year. And I want to go ahead and start with some of the things that I have actually been sewing this year. I'll tell you the patterns that I've been sewing, the fabrics that I have used, whether or not I would use those fabrics again or those patterns again, and what my plans are for the rest of the year. All right, so I want to go ahead and start with my birthday dress, and this was in the second or third week of January. So it was the first thing that I made of the year, and I made it in collaboration with Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff. We decided to go ahead and make our birthdays because we celebrate, I think, the same week. Our birthdays in the same week, and so we decided to go ahead and make this a big collaboration. So we use this Butterick pattern right here, which features an empire waistline as well as a midriff, and so it's like an A-line type dress. It's a really beautiful dress. I really enjoyed the pattern. I would definitely make the pattern again. However, I used a Liverpool knit, and you all know I'm really big on my cottons and my natural fibers. I did not really enjoy this Liverpool knit as much as I thought I would. I was attracted to the colors. You all know I'm a blue girl, love my blue. And so that's one of the reasons why I actually chose this fabric, but it was a poor choice because I feel like I need to donate the dress. I might wear it one or two more times before I donate it. However, I just can't get past the feeling of the crepe. And although I line the inside of my dress and I can't feel it on the inside, like overall, I still feel it on the outside. So if I put my hands on my dress or lay my hands on the front of my dress, if I'm sitting down and I have my hands in my lap and things like that, the crepe feeling just really rubs me the wrong way. And it's just not one that I enjoy. And I knew that before purchasing this particular piece, but I still purchased it anyway, thinking that I would actually overcome that feeling. So note to self, and then also to all my viewers, if you don't like something, chances are you're not going to overcome those feelings anytime soon. So I am definitely going to donate this particular piece, but also go forward in mind thinking, okay, I really need to be careful with my choices in fabric, especially those fabrics that I tend to gravitate and love based on their print and their colors. So I need to be more careful of that. So that's what I basically learned from that particular sewing mate. The second thing that I made out of the year is this boyfriend cardigan by Style Art. And I actually made two versions of this particular cardigan. I have to be honest, I didn't really like this pattern all that much, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't do a pattern review of it. However, I do recommend the pattern for those individuals who are into oversized styles. This particular pattern is drastically oversized, and I'll give you an idea. My waist is about 30.5 to 31 inches currently. At the time I made it, it was about the same. It didn't really fluctuate that much. I think it was maybe 32 or 32 and a half. So I lost about 1.5 inches off my waist since then. Not a whole lot though. And the waist of the pattern is about 54 inches. So again, drastically oversized. I had to take in the pattern quite a bit. The pattern starts at a size 10, and I had to take it down way past that. I would say maybe 3 sizes, and the size that I had to actually take in the pattern, it wasn't even listed on the pattern. So just keep that in mind as well. It's just very, very oversized. I had to, it features a dropped shoulder, and the dropped shoulder bit of the cardigan dropped all the way down to basically near my elbow. And so I had to raise that up quite a bit, which you can imagine. I then had to alter the sleeve. I just had to make too many alterations and adjustments for this particular pattern, and I just felt like it wasn't worth it, in my opinion, to me. But I do like the way that the two cardigans turned out. They do have a place in my wardrobe. I will keep them. I'm not going to donate them. I made a matching skirt to go with it for basically for both versions of the cardigan, because I had some fabric left over. And the fabric I had purchased is from Joann Fabrics. It's a Coastal Lagoon piece. It came from their Coastal Lagoon collection. I think it was about 1.5 years ago. So it's no longer in stores, but it's a beautiful cable knit piece. Although it's polyester, and I'm not a huge fan of polyester, the inside of the fabric is very smooth and very, very silky, very smooth to the touch. And so it slips right on, just glides right on. And I'm really pleased with how it feels. I'm okay with the fit. The pattern itself, it just features pockets, a front, which is cut twice, the back, which is cut on fold, drop shoulders. You have the sleeve, and then you also have a neckband. So it's a really easy pattern. And again, if you enjoy oversized styles, then I would say this pattern will probably be for you. But for someone who just likes semi-loose fitting styles, or just a loose fitting style that isn't drastically oversized, this pattern might not be for you, especially for beginners, because you probably find yourself making tons and tons of alterations. So that's my piece on it. But again, I did enjoy the finished results, and I will be keeping these particular garments. Okay, moving on, I want to go ahead and talk about the makes that I have made for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge, which Kira of the Island Socialist and Natita of So Natural Dane hosted this year. I made several garments for this particular challenge, and I absolutely love all the makes that I have made. So the first is the Kalia Ali pattern, which is the McCall's M79, I believe it's 85, and it's a beautiful pattern. The fabric was gifted to me by Natita for being an ambassador for the challenge. I also made this beautiful Tracy Reese dress, which is another McCall's pattern, and I think it's 6506. I absolutely love both of these makes. The only thing that I would change with the pattern is for the McCall's M7985, I would definitely lengthen the pattern at the waistline, because as you can see, the casing kind of rides underneath the breast, and that was basically the only issue I had with the pattern. There was also an issue with the neckband portion of it not being able to fit around my neck, so I would also alter that as well. But other than that, I really enjoyed that pattern. For the Tracy Reese pattern, I also made a Valentine's Day dress, and I absolutely love the silhouette of it. However, I did not enjoy the fabric. Again, this is a polyester fabric. I don't know what it is about polyester fabrics, but if it's not a knit polyester fabric, it just does not work for me. This particular fabric, I was trying to use it to create this semi-structured shirt dress, and it just did not work because the fabric didn't behave the way in which I want it to behave. Again, you can hear all about that in my review of the pattern, and you can go ahead and click the link below on the McCall's I think it's 6506. Watch that video and you'll learn more about why that particular fabric for my Valentine's Day dress did not work out. All right, moving on to my anniversary dress. So this dress I made with the McCall's M7991. I really do love this pattern. It is a pattern that has two different patterns within one envelope, and I really enjoyed the version with the inset sleeve. I also made the version with the dolman sleeve, but that was earlier on last year. This year I made the version with the inset sleeve, and that's the version that you're seeing with my anniversary dress. So I did make a change to the sleeves, and you can see that my sleeve is like a really wide, almost like a flutter type sleeve or bell sleeve, and I actually changed the sleeve. I really love this dress. I did not expect to get a beautiful gown out of a pattern that was so basic, that is so basic. It's just a beautiful, beautiful pattern, and I highly recommend this pattern. I like both of the views that I have made, and I really do recommend this pattern. So that particular dress will be staying in my wardrobe for, you know, whenever I do something fancy with my husband, which probably won't be all that often, you know, to wear a gown like that. You know, you do that kind of stuff on special occasions. So we'll see how much wear that particular gown gets, but I do love that particular gown. Okay, so moving on, later on into the year, for the Maxi Dress Challenge, I made several different Maxi skirts and dresses for this challenge. If you're not familiar with this challenge, it's basically a challenge that I host every year with Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff. It's just a Maxi Dress Challenge that focuses on Mother's Day, and you just make a maxi style garment in celebration of mothers. And I made a couple of different things. So the first thing that I made a nice maxi length dress that has an elasticated waist using the B6330. So it's the Butterick B6330. This is also a pattern that I actually use for the wardrobe series that I host with Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff. I made two different dresses, so I'll pop those here so you can see what those look like. Both of those dresses are going to be staying in my wardrobe this year. They are very simple and easy makes. I love the fabrics. The first fabric here, the soft pink fabric with the floral details and the foliage on it, that comes from Zulu Fabrics. I am an ambassador for Zulu Fabrics, and I also have a coupon code, so I'll put that coupon code here on the screen so that you can actually take advantage of that coupon code and get 10% off of your purchase. So I made that dress using this fabric, and it is such a beautiful fabric. Absolutely love this fabric. Definitely keeping this dress in my wardrobe is something really nice and easy to put on. I really enjoyed it. Now, again, you all know I'm not big on polyester, but this particular fabric, it's an ITY. It's really drapey, really nice, really smooth and silky. So I really like the feel of it. Definitely keeping this in my wardrobe. The second fabric here that you're seeing of the red and white floral double brush knit is from Fabric Mart. Again, the pattern does not come with sleeves. I added sleeves to the pattern. If you want to know more about how I did that, just make sure that you look at my video on how to add sleeves to a sleeveless garment. So those are two patterns that, or two garments that I'm definitely keeping. Love the fabric choices, and I'm really pleased with those two garments. I also made the McCall's M8044, and I made that using another Zuluf piece, and it's a black floral poplin cotton. Yes, I love my cottons. You all know I love my cottons. The top that I'm wearing is a Butterick pattern. It's my TNT. I'll pop that up here. Can't remember the number, but it's a TNT of mine. And I did make changes to it. I altered the bottom half of the top to include shearing across the bottom of the front and the back. So that's why it kind of looks like a dress, but it's not. And every time I wear these two pieces together, people think it's a dress, but it's not. It's actually a two-piece. So anyway, that's another outfit that I made this year that I really love. Definitely keeping those two pieces in my wardrobe, and I'm really pleased with the fabric choice as well as the pattern choice. So I would definitely recommend the fabric and also the patterns that I've used as well. I made the Appleton dress by Cashmerette Patterns. This is another mashup. The fabric and pattern combo was just amazing. Now, I don't know about you, but after I've made a garment, sometimes I second guess myself and wonder, should I have used this fabric for that pattern, or should I have used that pattern for this fabric? And this is one of those times where I didn't have that thought like at all, and that's really rare for me. So that tells me that the fabric and the pattern just goes together so well in my mind. I really love this dress. I love the dress pattern. I didn't have any problems with the pattern. It's such a beautiful pattern, and I love the dress. It's a wrap dress. I love the dress. I made it into a maxi dress. The pattern is designed to hit, I think, at the ankles, not the ankles, sorry, the calf, the mid calf, but I actually lengthened mine. And so if you want a maxi dress, you just have to lengthen it, but it's not that bad. It doesn't require too much knowledge or anything, like too much skill to actually lengthen the pattern. So it's really easy to do, and I really love this dress. Definitely making another version of this wrap dress. I don't know exactly when. I'm just taking my time to make sure that I choose another fabric that will go really well with this pattern, because I am so in love with this particular garment. There are a couple of things that I forgot to mention about the beginning of the year. Some of the things that I've made in the beginning of the year, and that is the Simplicity, I think it's, let's see, Simplicity 8265, which is another pattern that I use for the wardrobe series that I host with Crystal Sews and Stuff. And I made the jacket out of that particular pattern, as well as the pants. And I have sew-alongs for both of those on my channel. So if you want to check those out, go ahead and make sure that you check the description box below, and you know what to do at this point. I made it using a wool blend, and that wool blend came from Joanne Fabrics, and it's a beautiful houndstooth fabric. It's a tan, black, and red houndstooth fabric. I'm really in love with this jacket. I had to line it, of course, but the jacket does not require a lining. So I had to line it because, you know, working with wool, you don't want to have that wool rubbing against your skin. So I lined it with a flannel, and it works really well. I haven't had a chance to really wear it out all that much because I made it later on in the year. And we had a really warm winter this year, so I didn't get a chance to really wear it a lot, but I'm really excited to wear it next year. I also made a matching skirt to go with it, and that matching skirt was used with the New Look pattern. I cannot remember what the number is, but I'll make sure that I put it in this video. And that was, I think, the second time that I made that skirt, and I love that pattern. I also lined the skirt of that as well. I also made the Butterick B6758. This was another collaboration that I did with Crystal of Crystal Sews and Stuff for the Swap It challenge over on Instagram. So basically you just swap fabric. So you send someone a fabric. It's like a mystery type fabric thing. You send someone a fabric in the mail. They send you a fabric. You don't know what you're going to get. You open your package and, you know, prepare your fabric, sew your fabric up, and then you share your make on Instagram. I thought it was a really great, fun challenge, and that's one of the reasons why I participated in it with Crystal. And I made this beautiful dress here that has a drawstring in the waist. It has buttons going down the center front, grown on sleeves with a band. And she gifted me this beautiful, beautiful cotton sateen fabric. I mean, cotton, like I said, has my heart. And she got cotton sateen, which is one of my favorite types of fabrics to work with. And this is a border print. And again, make sure you look at this video. It's the pattern review on this is going to tell you how I actually created this particular design here, how I used the borders to, or the panels, I should say, to actually create this particular dress. Beautiful, beautiful dress. I haven't had a chance to wear it yet, but I am excited to wear it. I love this dress, and it's definitely staying in my wardrobe. For the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge, I also made the Tracy Reese 1203, which is it's a Tracy Reese Vogue 1203 pattern, and it's a wool skirt that has 6 panels, and then it has an exposed zip in the back. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. It has a waistband to it as well, and it is supposed to be lined, so it's a lined dress. Really love the trumpet type style. It's like a fit and flare thing that goes on. It's fitted at the top and it flares out like a trumpet at the bottom. Really loving this particular skirt. Excited to wear it again next year. Definitely keeping this one as well. Okay, so I want to talk about my recent makes for the Fabric Mart blog. So I'm an ambassador or Fabric Mart maker for the Fabric Mart blog, and I made 2 different posts so far. And if you want to check out those posts, I'll leave that information in the description box below. I absolutely love the Southport dress. So the second blog that I made was a blog using this beautiful daisy black and white cotton poplin fabric, and I made 2 different sewing makes with it. I made the Southport dress by True Bias, and I also made a TNT of mine, which is the McCall's M7253, and then I also made a top to go with the skirt, which is the Berta 6820. So I really love all these makes. I also made a hat. The hat was from Vogue V8844, I believe. So I really absolutely love this, how all of this turned out. The Southport dress is a sleeveless dress, but I added sleeves to it. Like I told you all before, I've really been into hacking sleeves this year. So I've really been excited about being able to add sleeves to sleeveless garments. So that's something that I've been really into this year. The first thing that I actually made for the Fabric Mart blog is the Lennox dress by Cashmerette Patterns. This is another one, unfortunately, that I am going to have to let go. I really like the fabric, and the pattern is a decent pattern. However, I didn't like the fact in which I didn't like the way that the fabric behaved. Although I serged the inside of the garment, it still frays even beyond the serge, even beyond the serging stitches. So although I like the color of the fabric, I love the feel of the fabric, I just don't like the way in which the fabric behaves. It's very it frays a lot. It's not the best fabric in terms of you know, trying to serge it and things like that. So I didn't really like it for that particular reason. And then also the pattern that the size that I chose is a size 12. However, I am on the cusp of being plus size and just being a medium. So I'm like right there on the cusp. On some things I can wear a medium, especially the lower half of my body. I can wear a medium, sometimes even a small. On the upper part of my body, I'm more like a large and sometimes an extra large. Just depends on what the style of the pattern is. And because of that, there is a drastic difference between the skirt part of the garment and the upper part of the garment. The skirt part I felt like had way too much volume for my little tiny body at the bottom. The upper part, it was okay, but it has princess seams, and on the side you have a side front. And that side front piece is where I was having the most difficulty. I had to take out a lot of fabric in that area simply because although I'm a CD cup, the pattern, the way it's in which it's drafted, it really is for a plus size person. And because I'm on that cusp, it just doesn't work for me the way in which I was hoping it would work. And it's a shame because I love Cashmerette patterns because they are so well drafted, but my body type just does not fit this particular dress. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't really do a pattern review of it. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and talk about the patterns that I have been currently working on and patterns that you're going to be seeing here in the near future and things that I have made with these patterns. So the first is the Berta 6202. This is a pattern that is designed for knits, and it is a pattern that has a really low, like scooped neckline with raglan sleeves. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. I think there's elastic goes in the sleeve of the longer sleeve, and then you also have a shorter sleeve version as well. I made the long sleeve version for Mother's Day, and I used a fabric from Knit Pop, and it is a white fabric with I think they're gray dots, and then also blue floral detail, and then I think there's also like yellow stems or something like that. It's a really beautiful piece. I really love it. However, I think choosing white to go on the top half of my body was probably the wrong choice, but I do love the pattern and I do love the top. So I will keep the top for now and use the top like as I'm going throughout the year, maybe put it on in YouTube videos and things like that. You'll also see that I paired this particular top with a really cute royal blue scuba knit skirt, and that skirt is the New Look 6437. It's a beautiful skirt pattern that has, I think it has like, let's see, 4 different variations. This particular skirt pattern does call for fabrics like cottons, balls, like those types of fabrics, broadcloth, fabrics that have like a slightly stiff drape. I decided to use this beautiful scuba knit that has like this really nice body to it. It really flows really well, and it also has a really smooth silky finish to it as well. Now this is another piece that was sponsored to me by Zulu Fabrics. Again, I'll make sure that I leave the link to Zulu Fabrics in the description box. You could go over and check out the website. Beautiful, beautiful fabric, and I absolutely love the way in which this dress turned out. I'm in the process right now of making another skirt for Minerva with this same skirt pattern with the New Look 6437, and you'll see that here coming up pretty soon. I also made the Magnolia dress by Deer and Doe. I'm really excited about that, and that was also made for a Minerva collaboration, so you'll see that pretty soon as well. And that particular piece I'm going to be keeping in my wardrobe, as well as the royal blue skirt that will be that will remain in my wardrobe as well. And I'm just really having fun with a lot of these makes. So far, I'm really happy with all the things that I have made. Oh, I want to tell you as well, I made 2 jackets out of a scuba knit from Zulu Fabrics as well, using the Butterick B6330 pattern. These are 2 jackets that I actually made for the Sew Wardrobe series. So you can check out my video on how to make this jacket because I have a sew along for it. Unfortunately, I don't like the way in which the jackets drape on my arms and my body. As you can see, the pattern kind of twists at the arm. I tried to take much of that out, and I tried to really redraft the pattern to eliminate some of those drag lines and stuff. Those 2 unfortunately might not remain in my wardrobe for very long. So but I am overall pleased with how much I was able to get done, and I'm pleased with the fact that there are only a handful of items that I can say that I don't want. And we're midway into the year, and I've made over a dozen things, and only a handful of those things are going to be getting donated. So I think this was a really great time of reflection for me to actually look over my wardrobe and see what kind of things I've had in my closet and what I have built for my wardrobe this year, and just look and see if there are things that I want to keep and things that I want to get rid of. And then, you know, go forward from there. Now, in terms of my plans for the rest of the year, I think there are a few things that I want to make. I definitely want to make, I think it's the Pixie dress by Style Art Patterns. I think that's one of the next ones that's on my list. I also want to make, I think it's called the Germaine dress. It's like a wrap dress, and that's from Liesel and Company. I can't remember how to pronounce that, but I definitely want to make that. There are a few things that I want to make. I want to continue to make tops and things like that that are very comfortable to wear, like this Berta 6202, so that I can have a few of those in my wardrobe, and a few more skirts and things like that as well. So anyway, that's basically my mid-year review of 2021. I'm pleased with everything that I have sewn so far. If you have any questions or comments about anything in this video, please make sure that you leave those thoughts with me in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in and stopping by. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like this video if it was helpful, entertaining, or if you just purely enjoyed seeing my face. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, for lending me your time and your support. I hope you all have a beautiful sewing week. And until next time, stay creative, everyone. Bye.